What on earth is happening in the Toronto real estate market? The Bank of Canada just announced that there won't be a rate cut this time around, and many analysts now believe that there may not be a rate cut for the foreseeable future. At the same time, home sales are down 16%, and average price of a home is down $70,000 from a year ago. In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you, but before I get started, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dilgar Miraj. I'm a real estate broker here in the Greater Toronto Area. I make educational real estate content like this, and if you enjoyed this video, I want you to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. With that said, let's get started. Now let's start off with the GTA as a whole. Now look, a year ago, there were far fewer listings and more buyers. And that reflects on the numbers, right? The average price of a home is down $70,000 from a year ago, which is about 6.4%. And it's taken almost 2 months to sell a property, or 56 days to be exact. An average price of a home in the GTA is $1,040,000, but you gotta keep in mind the average price includes everything from detaches to semis to townhouses to condo apartments. Now the average days on the market also includes everything from condos to detached homes, right? So condos are taking much longer to sell, but freehold properties are actually selling much quicker. Now, speaking of condos, the Toronto condo market is actually doing slightly better, right? That we are down from the record high listings or active inventory that we've seen in the last few months, and the sales have kind of stabilized. But the 905 condo market is hurting, especially here in the Durham region. We're sitting at about 7 months of inventory in the condo segment. Because you have to understand that condos have been attractive to investors, historically speaking. But now the rates are still relatively high and rents have been coming down. So people just don't invest in condos like they used to because many of them just don't cash flow. And the price gap between the 905 condos and downtown Toronto condos aren't that big. So if you are an investor, you may be willing to pay a little bit more money and just buy something in downtown Toronto where the demand is stronger and you think the prices are going to do better in the long term. Now, next, we're going to focus on the detached segment. Now, I've said this in the past, the freehold market and the condo market, they're not aligned. Like, they're doing two different things. Now, you throw in the assignment market in the mix, that's a complete different beast of its own. And when I'm talking about Durham region, I like to look at Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, Oshawa, and Clarington because there's enough data there to give us an accurate information as opposed to smaller places like Uxbridge or Scugog where there isn't that much data, right? And the numbers could be skewed if you're talking about averages. So here are the median prices for detached homes here in Durham. Now, I like to look at the last 3 months, right? If you notice that Ajax and Whitby have been steady, but Pickering, Oshawa, and Clarington are down in median prices, right? They're down about 3 to 4% over the course of 3 months. Now, to be fair, it's not just detached homes, right? I've seen prices decline across all asset classes from freehold towns, semis, as well as different types of detached homes all over the Durham region. There's just less demand right now. But at the same time, there are also a lot less properties for sale at the moment. The active listings in the Durham region have gone down drastically compared to September, which is not unusual, right? This time around in November, December, it is normal to see listings and active listings taper off, but demand seems to be decent in comparison to that. And here's what I'm personally noticing, okay? When I'm looking at sold data every single day, I'm noticing that homes priced above $2 million, like the really high-end homes here in the Durham region, they're actually still selling fairly quickly, and if they're well priced, they're moving fairly quickly. And also the entry-level freehold properties are also selling quickly as well. Like, we're talking small townhouses, small detaches or semis, and if they're priced really, really well and they're on the lower end, they're selling fairly quickly. You have to understand that there are a lot less buyers right now actively looking, but there are also a lot less active inventory on the market. And if you are a buyer looking at freehold properties, just know that on certain properties, you may be going into multiple offer situation or bidding wars. Just because some properties are very well priced, they're turnkey in good areas, and they have been priced aggressively by the listing agent and sellers to attract buyers. So I am seeing multiple offers still happening on certain properties, but they're very far and few in between. But overall, buyers do have a lot of options. Take your time, look at as many homes as you possibly can. And sellers, just remember that Buyers that are looking at houses this time around are serious. And nobody looks at houses in December to waste time. People want to spend time with their families. People just want to stay home in the snow. So if buyers are looking out there right now, they're serious buyers. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about the market or your property, feel free to leave a comment or send me a message or book a meeting through the first link in the bio. Thanks for watching. Until next time.